I had to check into a hotel on the road recently, and it was early in the morning, and the woman checking me in, well, she's a little older, and she goes, I just have to tell you, you look so much like Amy Adams. Huh, I don't know if you ever hear that, but you really look like her. And it took all of my strength to not pull my phone out and be like, you know who everybody else says I look like? And just really blast her with a bee-hole at 8 a.m. I couldn't do it. I do think that Jesse Rogers and I, we do look alike. We have some different hobbies. You know, I've never just sat on a lava lamp. For example. Like, my ex-husband and I, we didn't even buy a sex toy until 7 years into the relationship. We had just been Flintstoning that shit. Just very little house on the prairie, just churning butter, very innocent. We ended up buying one of those vibrating wand things, and I gotta be honest, never liked it. Way too intense for me. Even on the lowest setting, this thing is like for blasting rocks. I was like, is this what you women have been using this whole time? I barely touched it to my body. My feet lifted off the ground. I took flight. I was not turned on at all. I was terrified. I was like, did I just puree my clit? Oh my God. No. This thing is meant for industrial kitchens, okay? It's for liquefying raw vegetables. It's crazy. So I ended up asking some of my friends about it, and it turns out that they have this toy, and they use it on the highest setting in order to have an orgasm. I was like, how have you not completely erased your vagina? Just sanded it down to a smooth slab of granite. Like a Barbie crotch. Yeah. And go bowling on it. And something I've learned about you dudes is that a lot of you guys like stuff that vibrates too. So one night before the divorce, my ex and I were out drinking. I'd had a few gin and hams. As you do. And when we got home, I was just feeling a little extra spicy, so I decided to crank it to 10 just to see what would happen. And the moment I touched it to his junk, his balls, whoop, went up inside his body. I didn't even know they could do that. I was just staring at him like, oh. Do they stay up there until you sneeze really hard? How do you get them back? Have to do a hard man kegel? I don't know. A couple minutes went by, didn't see anything. I panicked. I started pushing on his belly button really hard, like trying to eject quarters out of a skee ball machine. I was like, come on, get out of there. Another few minutes, still nothing. I was like, oh, I think those are ovaries now. I'm sorry. I think I gave you an accidental gender change. Oops. So I'm in therapy. Anybody here in therapy? Oh, wow, that's a nice response. Usually it's just one person that's like, help, help. Let's talk to you. Yeah, I think therapy is amazing, but I guess not everybody always needs therapy. Some people do need therapy. And you can usually tell who those people are because they say things like, I don't need any fucking therapy. I prefer to be a burden to my loved ones. You're like, sir, this is an Arby's? Why are you shouting? You're alarming the children. I had to work on my self-worth in therapy because I kept attracting some of the wrong people. One of my friends told me this quote. She said, once you know your worth, you'll stop giving people discounts. And I was like, well, slap my tits and call me Groupon, baby. Boy, I've been out here like, hey, you got a personality disorder and no job, this pussy's 90% off. Hey! No credit, no problem. Get in here. That makes it sound like my life has been a dick buffet. It has not. I have a very low body count. I love that that's what we call it, body count, like we're all just fucking people to death, like, It sounds so System of a Down for no reason, you know? I think I would have a higher body count if STDs didn't exist, but I'm just so terrified to ever get one that I don't want to gamble. Like, I just can't believe that in 2022, our best defense against them is still just condoms in the honor system. Scout's honor, bro. I'm like, you lied about your height. I'm supposed to trust you on chlamydia? No. And kick rocks. Get out of here. I was reading online that some of the very first condoms back in the 1800s were really thick. Like, they used to basically just cut up bike tires. And they've obviously gotten thinner over time, which I'm sure was a guy's idea, you know. I bet the women back then were pissed, like, fuck, keep it girthy. Keep that deep dish condom on. We don't have electricity. This is the only joy I have. I had a woman come to one of my shows recently who I think was from the 1800s. She was very old. And she came up to me afterward and she was like, I was a makeup artist for 30 years. And at this point I'm thinking, oh, I think she's about to compliment my makeup. That's so nice. And then she goes, your face was so oily when you were on stage. It was the only thing I could look at. The lights were hitting it so bright that I had to squint to look at you. And that's when I heard my brain say, well, tonight's the night we go to jail for throat punching someone's nana. Do you just hit a certain age where you walk around like, fuck it, burn it to the ground? Like, just traumatizing people? I'm like, who is this woman's poor husband? You know? We gotta save him. I just picture him getting out of the shower and she's like, your balls make me sick. Of course, I didn't say any of that to her. I was just like, what powder do you recommend? I have no backbone.